Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here. This is just kind of a quick warning shot video. I'm gonna link B-Dub's video in the description because he probably will give a more accurate and more of a logical standpoint behind this. But I wanted to do this quick video just for all my anime fans and collectors out there for what's going on currently. So you're probably wondering what's up with the random assortment of DVDs. Why these are all from various companies, Funimation, NIS, Sentai. It's like, what's up with all the random assortment of anime DVDs? Well, they all have something in common. They all have that in common. See that? See that right there? Probably not, because it's not gonna focus, but it's Aniplex. Aniplex produced all of these in Japan. And currently there's a theory going around that in Japan, or probably actually in America, is that they're not letting the companies who originally published these, because here's the thing, Aniplex made all these shows. They animated all these shows, Wagneria, Sekirei, Bakano, and a lot others, a whole bunch of other ones. They animated them. And what they were doing before, until recently, is that they were like, all right, look, American companies, they can go ahead and handle this. Your Funimations, your NISs, your Sentais, they can go ahead and handle the dubbing and the distribution and the streaming rights for these shows. Well, recently we've started seeing that like, for example, the news broke today that Funimation is losing FMA Brotherhood's license. Well, that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, for God's sakes. Like, the fuck? And so there's a theory going around that Aniplex also, I think they lost the license to Darker and Black, both of which are Aniplex shows. There's a theory going around that apparently Aniplex is like, look, we want to do all this shit in America from now on. You guys don't need to do it. So they're gonna wait. They're just waiting out the licenses to expire and then retake the shows. Actually, Persona 4 is another hint. Persona 4, for those who don't realize, maybe like a year ago, had a sequel known as Persona 4 Golden, the animation, which is just the anime adaptation of the game on the Vita. And guess who published that in America? Sub only with English subtitles. It wasn't Sentai, it was fucking Aniplex. There's a theory going around that Aniplex wants back all these rights, but because, you sign a contract for a certain amount of years, from what I understand from Beat Up, it was about 5 to 7 years. We got a while for certain shows, but certain shows will be disappearing quick. Sekirei, I already know, is he's probably near that point, because Sekirei came out like almost 6 or 7 years ago. There's a theory going around that supposedly Aniplex is letting all the licenses for these shows run out, and then they're gonna go ahead and take it over. Now, the reason why this is a problem primarily is because Aniplex's American pricing structure does not work for most American anime fans. It works for like the anime collectors in America, but it really doesn't even work there. It's just collectors are more willing to pay for it, which is always what I've said about Aniplex of America. Aniplex has always been geared towards the anime collector, not the anime fan, which are two different things. The anime fan will buy like this kind of shit or this kind of shit. The collector will buy the boxes and the fucking collector's editions and all that other shit, whereas the casual will buy this. Fucking Aniplex's pricing structure is ridiculous. A lot of people wonder why I don't own any of the Monogatari series. That's why. The Monogatari series is expensive as fuck. I think to own the first 2 seasons, which is only 26 episodes, the same as this fucking thing right here, or 2 of these, it's like almost $300. $300 for like this level of amount of episodes, which is like 26. Actually, it's probably less than that because Nisa Monogatari only had 11. So yeah, you guys spend almost $270. You spend $270 just to own it. And so this video is just a warning for those fans who want to own some of these shows. I would, be thinking a little bit within this year to be trying to buy a lot of this shit. Although this is still theory, you can't be too careful. As I said, you got the confirmation of FMA Brotherhood losing its license, from Funimation losing Brotherhood's license, Darker and Black. Persona 4 Gold went to fucking Aniplex instead of going to Sentai like the first season did. I would be very wary about what the fuck Aniplex is doing in the future, and I'd be looking to get all these in advance while they're still affordable, unless you don't mind paying ridiculous amounts of money for a 13 episode show, a fucking 11 episode show. I think this is this 26? I still haven't fucking finished. Maybe this is 13. Yeah, 13. And then another, 26, 26. 30, and actually, I'm pretty sure and will prove my point is that Wagner season 3 just ended. If Aniplex is the one who ends up releasing season 3, that will also add to my suspicion that this whole thing is true. A few shows of here that aren't on here that you also might want to look out for, because look out for all these. If you want any of these shows for a relatively cheap price, I get them within like this year or like within the year before their announcements of when their shit. Because FMA Brotherhoods ends at the end of this month. Like March, they lost the license and Aniplex got it. And Aniplex will charge up the ass, so that's a show I gotta get. I already have Brotherhood, but I want the Blu-ray, so I better go ahead and do that. A few other shows you should look out for: Black Butler, Birdie the Mighty Decode, Kenichi actually, Blood Plus, Blood Seed. I'll leave a Wikipedia list of all the shows. So if there's any of those shows you give a fuck about, and some of them already are owned by like Aniplex or Kill la Kill and Sword Art Online and shit. Like they're already doing those in America. Dura, those you ain't gonna worry about. Those aren't gonna go any cheap. I'm talking about the ones that are not pushed out by Aniplex of America, like NIS, Funimation, Sentai, all that other shit. Oh, and side note, what will really make this pretty bad is that not only are those shows and a whole bunch more are on those lists, but the Bleach and Naruto animes are also under Aniplex. So that's gonna be a big blow, not only to fucking fans of those franchises, but Viz. For those who already have stated it, Naruto and Bleach are like their bread and butter in terms of animation. You lose, especially Naruto specifically. You lose Naruto, that's a huge fucking blow. Granted, I don't think that'll happen anytime soon, Naruto specifically. But it wouldn't hurt to be casually trying to buy some of the older box sets while you got the time and while they're still affordable. Because Aniplex might be on a rampage. Granted, we don't know. This isn't confirmed or anything. This is just a sneaking suspicion people have had. And B-Dub's video was one that kind of brought my mind to it. I saw the news today and didn't really think about the bigger picture. And B-Dub kind of brought it up. So I'll leave a link to his video in the description, a link to all the Aniplex anime in the description. So there's shit you're looking for that the Aniplex of America still doesn't have the license to, and you want to buy it for relatively cheap. Get on that shit within like the year, I would guess. FMA, you need to do like this month. And it's tax season. Get that refund and just buy FMA Brotherhood. Because you're not going to get it. Because Aniplex, as I said, overcharges like ass. Actually, I think Gintama's another one of those shows. So, yeah. And the only cool thing about this whole takeover thing, that if it's true, is that maybe we'll get cool collector's editions. But most of you guys already have problems affording Funimation and NIS anime. Aniplex will make almost all this shit unfucking purchasable because no one's gonna have the fucking money for it. So, and if you want some suggestions, yes, I'm not that big on that, and that's a lot of episodes, so I understand, but like these two, yes. So Sakurai, Angel Beats fans, and everybody else, and all the other shows, Soul Eater, get it. Anyways, this has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game. Play to win. Catch you guys later.